Hi there, I'm Fia and this is your guide to everything Legion Remix. The event is live now, so don't hesitate, jump right in today and I'll help you make sense of everything on offer, especially from a collecting standpoint. Last round for Mr. Pandaria Remix, I was able to get all 11,775 collectibles on offer, and I plan to clear it all out again this time, bringing you along for the ride. We're talking what you can get, where to get it, and most importantly how, across the entire event, all the different phases, so you can get your hands on every last piece you're after. Huge shout out to Blizzard for making this possible and sponsoring this video. First things first, what is Remix? Legion Remix is a limited time event giving us the chance to play through the whole Legion expansion at a faster pace, leveling from 10 to 80 and diving into dungeons, raids, and outdoor challenges designed to capture our nostalgia with some major twists. We have the opportunity to collect existing cosmetics more easily, plus earn some new shinies, including mounts, pets, mogs, and more. The whole experience is compressed time-wise, with leveling super quick and our characters earning insane power, so it's the perfect chance to level some alts, or even your new main for Midnight, bearing in mind that only the 12 classes available in Legion are playable. You don't need to own the War Within to play. Anyone with an active subscription or game time on their account can join in. Classic players rejoice. You need to install the modern WoW client though, so hop to it. Even trial accounts can join the fun, but their characters are capped at level 20. Everything that was time-gated in the original Legion experience is accelerated here, so raid lockouts, class autohaul missions, and rep gains all move much faster. Some things have changed though, not just been sped up. Players who were with us during Legion will remember our artifact weapons, drained of all their power at the end of the X-Pack. They've been remixed, with new trait trees where we can invest in paths of nature, fel, arcane, storm, or holy. Earning infinite power allows us to purchase these traits, and they can be refunded and respent at any time, with keyboard shortcuts for quick allocation. We'll also see jewelry dropping that adds ranks to traits, so we can mix and match a bunch of powers to see what happens. Keystones are back too, with a bunch of the affixes from Legion's launch, plus some new ones to keep things spicy. Some things are completely new to our remix journey. If you've played Diablo, you'll be familiar with world tiers, bumping up the difficulty of the game for a greater challenge, but also bigger rewards. In Remix, our heroic world tier works the same way. Creatures are stronger, harder to kill, and can be buffed with affixes, but if you can best them, you'll get more shinies. We have another new feature in Infinite Research too, where players can choose a task to complete for rewards. Think like the Call of the World Soul Weekly in Dornagal from the War Within. Difference here is that it's daily, but don't stress, you can bank up to 6 of them, so if you can only play on the weekends, you can jump in and do a bunch of them at a time, no falling behind. Tasks can include things like dungeons, gathering, and questing, so there are plenty of options available for all different kinds of players. Mists of Pandaria Remix set the expectation for buckets of loot to be available to us, and Legion Remix isn't dropping that ball. Loads of cosmetics originally added to the game back in Legion are here for the taking, and often for a far smaller time investment. Bronze has returned as a currency, but only for cosmetics, so we don't have to choose between buying a mount or buying player power. The harder the content you're completing, the more bronze you'll earn, so don't be afraid to dive in and join a raid group, some keystone dungeons, or activate the heroic world tier. Plenty of WoW communities will be running groups constantly, ours included, so be sure to drop by Twitch while I'm live to get in on the shenanigans. There are also a ton of new, never-before collectible items for us to pick up, including fel-infused class mounts, so be sure to check out the vendors in-game to see all the shinies and decide on what to chase first. Luckily, for players like me who already have an alt army, we're getting 5 more character slots on our account for a total of 70. Unlike Mists of Pandaria Remix, once you're done remixing with a new toon, you don't have to wait for the event to end to bring them to Khazalgar. At any time during the event, you can move your Time Runner out of the event, removing all their remix-specific gear and spells, but be aware, it's a one-way trip. You cannot move an existing character back into remix servers, even if they were there before. Choose wisely. Characters also have to be more than 24 hours old, and if they're over level 70, you'll need to own the War Within expansion. Legion Remix is time-gated. We'll be playing through 5 phases, I've been calling them patches, and each will add new things to do and collect. New patches will drop every 2 weeks until early December, then it'll hold steady till the end of the event. Today you can jump right in with the leveling experience across the Broken Isles, plus the original dungeons, Emerald Nightmare, and the Trial of Valor raids to conquer. On October 21st, 22nd for Australia, we'll revisit the Insurrection questline in Suramar, return to Karazhan, and Nighthold. November 4, 5 for Oz, we'll head back to the Broken Shore zone, push back Legion assaults, and dive back into the Cathedral of Eternal Night and the Tomb of Sargeras. November 18, 19 for Oz, adds the Argus zone and quests, Seat of the Triumvirate and Antorus, the Burning Throne. Finally, on December 9, or 10 for Oz, things get wild? We're not entirely sure what's going to happen here, to be honest. Blizzard has just said that the timeline will begin to collapse, to say our goodbyes and embrace the chaos. Sounds fun to me, can't wait. This is the time to be polishing off your collections though, doubling back to grab anything you might still be missing from the earlier patches. Speaking of collecting, how do we attack this? What is the best way to collect them all? Obviously, the more time you have to invest in the game mode, the better your chances will be of collecting all the things. Also, go get all the things. I'm talking about the add-on, All the Things or ATT. This beautiful beast has a list of everything you can collect, sorted by where it comes from, and the team behind it are phenomenal. I use it to plan my attacks on this kind of content. It almost functions as a to-do list. With the rules on transmog learning relaxed at the start of the War Within, any character can learn any piece of gear, but normally you still won't see plate dropping for a mage, for example. I'd recommend having at least one character of each armor type so that you can target the drops you still need rather than hoping for generosity from others. But also, be generous yourself. If you get a drop you don't need, and someone in your party is still hunting it, what do you really lose by handing it over? I would never have been able to finish MOP Remix without the help of my community. Teamwork really does make the dream work. Back to characters, I'll likely be leveling a mage, paladin, demon hunter, and regular hunter to cover armor types, but I'm also prone to switching things up as I gain new information, so come ask me in chat for an update if you want it. Remember that leveling that first character likely won't be as quick as it was at the end of MOP Remix, but it'll speed up quickly, so just be patient and keep plugging away at it. Making yourself a to-do list might sound like too much, and it will be for some players, but if you have serious goals for Remix and you want to be sure you'll achieve them, knowing what you'll have to do each day to stay on track is important. Keeping an eye on which dungeons or raids you still need to run, a reminder to check for your infinite research, or which zones you still need to clear for World Quest Rep, will mean less of your game time each session will be spent planning, and more of it will be spent collecting. If you're only logging in once or twice a week, this list is even more important as you want to optimize your time. You don't need to spend hours refining it though, just add stuff to it as you come across it, as in, alright, I still need that rep, let me add it to my daily task list. Then take things off once the larger goal is achieved. Specific tips relating to specific pieces of content are a bit hard for me to cover now. We've only just got our hands on the final version of the event, and things still might change as time passes. Strongly recommend subscribing to see future videos pop up in your feed, because as I learn more, I can share more. I plan to bring you along on my collecting journey, not just on Twitch, but here on YouTube as well, with key pieces of information covered live, edited into guides like this one, covering what you can get and how. I hope that'll be helpful, especially with how wonky time zones can be. For now though, that's your overview of Legion Remix, what's available today, what's coming, and why you should care. Collectibles. Collecting is why you should care, so many new things. No doubt as we explore the event you'll have questions, drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're down there. I'm live on Twitch 4 nights a week, and I cannot wait to share another video with solid, actionable tips and tricks for collecting every last piece in Remix. Thanks for watching.